Done, bro. Wait, where you going? To watch the Full 94 podcast. Can't watch that without me. Wait up, bro. You know Full 94 is my favorite show.
Winning.
A winner, the champ, the best, we are all of them. Cause we went right and not left and not followed them. Sobriety tests, I am walking up in line. Added the sex and the drugs, but couldn't subtract my mind. They all wanted me dead. I was chilling in the cut, then I transformed like I'm best friends with Shia LaBeouf. See, I've been a winner, check it, and I ain't even firing. Church time's God, I'm a product of my environment. We are winners, losers come with me. Got God with us, never letting flesh envy. We don't worry about the money, the sex, the cars, the clothes. Now watch reality unfold like we win in the head, yeah, we win in the head.
What up, though? What's happening, good people?
Yeah.
How y'all feeling?
Another day, another dollar, brother. How y'all feeling?
I could be better, but I'm feeling good.
It's another day of being handsome and the joint at the Wawa calling me Mr. Good Bar. So I'm here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how y'all feeling, man? It's your man Wildress. I'm here with you, here with Sports Talk with C, man. Welcome to the Full 94. As y'all can see, our point guard is not here, man. Shout out to Miles. Had to be out, you know what I'm saying? So it's all good. You know what I mean? Our point is here, so it's all good. The wing defender is finna take over and run the show. So when the crazy people run the show, the asylum is going crazy, man. We got an amazing show for y'all, man. But I definitely want to check on my people first, check and see how they doing. We're gonna start off with Yellowbird over there, Sports Talk with C. C, what up?
What's going on?
How you feeling, man? What's going on?
Besides my fractured ankle, I am feeling, up to par with my people today. I am feeling good. Squad got the dub, so I'm feeling good. I'm happy to be here. Always talking basketball always puts me in a better mood. So ready to get it popping.
Definitely. We're gonna get into that later, man. C, of course, is out here covering the WNBA's Connecticut Sun on a consistent basis, always dropping those dope quotables, man. Those videos. Y'all can see I'm straight with her today, man. I'm not flirting with C today because C didn't listen this weekend and C injured herself after not listening to me. You know what I'm saying? So now C out here walking around like Wayne Head with the big boot on. You know what I mean? All right, what up, Ju?
They say she went out on that court right there, and that's what happened to her ankle yesterday, man.
Oh,
bro.
I'm playing basketball. Never did.
She got crossed up by Sophie Cunningham.
I'm good, bro. You man.
What's popping, boy? What's popping, Ju? You out here in these Facebook streets harassing people?
Little something, man. We talk basketball, but I talk a little football too, man. I'm passionate about my Falcons, and then you got people that's been fans of teams for 2 years talking about, we. What Uncle Phil say? We. Yeah, all right, man.
Man, that sounds like them. That's only them 2024 Indiana FIFA fans, man. You ain't hear that from me.
Tell you the difference. They became fans and they know the FIFA not gonna win. These fans are people that win the championship be like, oh, I think I like that team. Of course you do.
I didn't even go there, but it was a pass interference call yesterday in that Chiefs Falcons game, man. Shout out to Will Smith. If you ain't subscribed to the Red and Black, man, make sure y'all subscribe to that. Also, that's on MTMV Sports too. And we got some good things.
And he need to say that on his show. If you listening, brother, you need to say that and tell them folks the truth.
I feel like you need to go on the show and y'all need to discuss it.
I think we should too, because I got a lot to say about that game. And I like the Chiefs, man. I ain't got nothing against them. But yesterday, that was crazy, man.
I mean, that's all well and good. The Steelers are 3-0, so I can't relate to what you're going through. Anyway, man, we got an amazing show, man. Let's go ahead and just jump into it, man. The MVP, the MV boo of my life.
Hi, Wildress. It's Asia.
Y'all see that? Y'all see that?
Boy.
Victoria Monet next. Shout out to Jew. Yo, Jew was ready to ride for me. I said, yo, Jew. Victoria Monet, she out here, brother.
Red and bold, yes.
Yeah, red and bold. Victoria Monet out here, brother. And Jew was like, yo, man, go get your girl, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Joan in Georgia, whatever. MVP, unanimous. It's something we talked about in the group chat. I know Jew has a feeling Jew don't like for everybody to have their cake and eat it too. So he don't like the unanimous MVP. So we're not gonna start with you. We're gonna start with C. We're gonna let you stew. C, what are your feelings on this historic, this three-peat, this three-time MVP that Asia got, and now this one is actually unanimous. We talked about, who else was in there. We talked about Fee. We talked about Brianna. What are your thoughts on this, C?
It's well deserved, and I can say I agree with how Drew feels. Am I upset that it's unanimous? Absolutely not, because I'm going to use the word menace to describe what Asia has done since the start of this season. And you know how some players tend to lag off when the team is not doing so well?
Right.
She literally put, before, Olympic break, literally put that team on her shoulder every single night and did what she had to do every single game, did it humbly. And she didn't do it to go look for any type of stat. She did it because she wanted to go out there and dominate and play basketball and just want to go out there and win for her team and just make sure to give her team a shot to go out there and win. We haven't seen anything like this since what she's doing. We haven't seen at all, but to have a unanimous MVP since the inaugural season I was lost for words, because I didn't think the WNBA was going to get it right. I didn't think we was going to get a unanimous MVP. I didn't. Just the way how voting is, the way how they had the fourth place vote last year. And I know she's tired of hearing it because she won the MVP. But you just never know. Just the way the awards go, witnessing what Alyssa Thomas did, averaging a triple-double, in the league didn't give her the MVP last year. But just the league got it right because it's well-deserved, and she deserved MVP. And for the fact that 67 people who can vote in media, and we know how the media can go and how they like to twist and turn stories, they got it right. So I'm very proud. It's well-deserved. Love being you, Asia, unapologetically, top tier, in your white tee. Keep doing the thing, and thank you for showing us greatness.
It definitely, I mean, we got a chance to see what she got to do this season, Drew. And it's kind of crazy when we talked about it, because we did talk about the fact, like, if she did get unanimous MVP, we wouldn't be mad. But Fee had a tremendous season, yo. Like, she's probably second in not only the MVP, she might be third, I would say, in Defensive Player of the Year, because I'll probably put Dejanay a little bit ahead of her, even though the Lynx had a better defensive win share than that. But I mean, it's historic. I mean, it's the first in Cynthia Cooper. And then when you compare it to, Steph Curry in that 2015-16 season, which we know how you feel about that. Drew, what do you feel like are the historic ramifications for that? And what did you think about the other people that were on the list? I mean, even, Caitlin and Angel both got a vote in that also. What did you think about that?
I thought that, never mind. I ain't even touching that, brother. I will stay positive tonight. My thoughts on, you brought up the Steph Curry thing. I thought Steph Curry should have got unanimous MVP. I just thought he shouldn't have been the first one to get unanimous MVP in the history of the NBA. With Asia, definitely deserved MVP. By far the best player, by far the best season that's probably ever been played in the WNBA. However, I do think that it's a tad bit disrespectful to the WNBA for the voters to vote her the unanimous MVP as a fourth seed. While she is a unanimous MVP, she's the first one to do it as a 4 seed or anything other than the 1 seed. So that's why I thought it was kind of crazy. I thought that Fee should have definitely got some votes for first place, man. The season she put together and she got the links at number 2. Could have been number 1. You know, she got hurt a little bit during the season. I feel like they could have made a play for that first seed. But am I mad? No. Am I gonna mention it? Yeah, I'll mention it that they could have got some votes. But I ain't mad at it because Asia's tough, boy.
I mean, it's a good argument. I mean, the number 4 seed thing, I understand that. But when you think about the most valuable, you're not thinking most valuable team. You're thinking most valuable player. And when Asia was not on the court, no
bad.
disrespect to the team, that was a completely different Aces squad, especially with everybody struggling with injury, everybody struggling with health. I do think for Fee, like Fee has a right to feel a certain kind of way. But and I want to get this answer from both of y'all, whoever can jump in first. With how it happened last year with Asia getting that 4th place vote, when a lot of people actually thought Asia should have been MVP. What do you guys make of like how this plays out as far as how the voting goes? And do you feel like there should be any kind of changes or alterations to it?
I think
Oh, go ahead, see.
I think it should be by first place votes because Alyssa Thomas won the majority of first place votes, but you don't win MVP. So that's why if you win the most first place votes, you win MVP. Point blank, period. It's just like our presidential election. The voting system is weird, but if you win the most first place votes, you win, period. That's just how I feel.
You know how I feel about the media voting on awards, bro. It's the same all the way around. NBA, WNBA. I think Shaq, which I hate to say he had a good point, but Shaq had a great point with
you beefing with Shaq now?
No, I'm not beefing with Shaq. I just wish Shaq would stop hating, bro.
Oh man,
Shaq gotta stop hating, bro. He great, man. He ain't gotta hate no more, man.
I just feel like certain media shouldn't be able to vote.
Yeah, it should be. For me, I feel like if you voting on the game, it should be people that play. It should be people that play the game,
not just people that roll
substantial foot in the game.
Like people currently, or like you feel like the greats, like the retired players shouldn't vote.
I think that I don't know, man. That's a slippery slope.
Because here's the thing, right? So when we look at that, and I agree, we're gonna move on to the next thing. When you look at that, we look at what Cheryl Swoops went through this year, just for sharing her thoughts. Mm-hmm. She was critical, but she was also critical of other players, but it was only caught by certain things. So then you have that issue of, possibly people feeling like certain people have certain feelings for certain things and they don't want to vote for that. And we've seen it in the NBA. And then one of the things that we talked about earlier this year was like the All-Star voting. And see, a big thing for you and I was the Fever had 3 All-Stars and that was the fan vote. So we know we can't go to fan vote. So I mean,
but she was only, I mean, I wouldn't mind if there was one legend voting, but not multiple legends. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to take away, well, what legend is to vote or how do you decide who votes in that type of case? But just because you brought up Cheryl Swoops and everything that she was critiqued on and what people said about her this year, but she critiqued on so many other players and she said so many other great things about so many players this year. But the only one that everyone saw was when it came to Caitlin Clark. That is it. And that's necessarily what that's just what the media made it out to be. You know what I mean? Right. So that's what, like Drew says, if you're part of the media and you only went to school for journalism and you only went to, I'm part of media and I don't ever want to be a voter because I never played the game of basketball. And I say this all the time because I never played, I never stepped on the court, and I would never want to vote.
I don't know, see. I feel like if you've been in it for, a substantial amount of time, then you earn the right to vote.
Mm-hmm.
I just, I don't know, man. Something got to be done, especially in the NBA, bro. Because
I feel like if you do your research and you're reputable, you deserve a vote because you've done the work to be there. Yeah, so I believe that's fine. Real quick before we move on to the next one, How long does it take for Asia to win her 4th
MVP?
Yeah.
She can do it again, but my thing is, what is the fuel?
It's just who get tired of her, bro. Are they already tired of her?
What's the
Gonna do
fuel?
the same thing next season.
But you know what I'm saying? What, like this year we started that 3-point shot, you know what I'm saying, added to her game. So we all like to see that. What else can we see Asia bring to the next level? I would think that would be the next question. Like, what else can we see in this growing league with all this growing talent where other people's like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what else can she add to her game? What fuel can she add? Where she's like, I bet, yeah, you're gonna do this again. I got you next. Yeah, you know, not only because she's gonna elevate her game always, because that's she stays in the gym and she always wants to get better. But as this league grows and so many people are coming for that top spot, what are we gonna see? That's all I would say.
It's definitely opportunity. Three MVPs under 30, and she said she still got more in her bag that we ain't seen yet. But I mean, we saw some things last night, man, because of course it was the WNBA game ones of the playoffs, something we've been waiting for all season. Group chat was crazy. We talked about a bunch of different stuff. We saw a lot of teams. There was a number of different games on slate. The Lynx, they ended up holding on to that win over the Mercury in a game where they were up by more than 20 something points, and they had that comeback. Fee had that 38. The Sun and the Fever, we saw what happened in that game. The Sun, man, they defensively, and you know, see, we want to get into that. We'll make sure we cover that because he was at that game. I mean, the Sun played great. Mabry's not beating those allegations, man, about her giving up on the Sky. That's just not happening after the game that she had. Of course, we saw the MVP, Asia Wilson, and the Storm in the last game of the night there also. That was also a great game. And then I'm missing a game.
Liberty and Dream.
Oh, yeah, the Liberty and the Dream, which was the first game of the slate. And I think that's why we saw it. Man, shout out to the Atlanta Dream. I want to get y'all thoughts on that. What was your favorite game yesterday, and what stood out to you most? Drew, we're gonna go with you first.
I think my favorite game was that Lynx game versus the Mercury, man. It started out kind of rough, but I think the Mercury figured something out there in that second half, and I'm hoping that they can go ahead and apply what they did in that second half on Wednesday when they see them for game 2. It was exciting seeing Taurasi go ahead and ball. She had a little spurt where she was balling out too, man. And you know, Griner started playing well. It was good to see them actually kind of mesh up. I want to see Kalia Copper, man.
Oh, she did. She kept herself.
Huh?
Towards the end of the game, she got in her clutch bag.
I need her to go crazy like she was doing early in the season, man. And then put all of that together. I think they can get a Lynx a run for their money, man. I think they can take game 2 if they do that. That was my favorite game, all because the Fever act like they didn't know how to play basketball yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, with the Fever game, I want you to get more into that, man, because I know that's your squad, man. I mean, that was crazy, man. They went 6 for 28 from 3. They were shot 21% from the field. When you look at the free throws, I mean, the free throws were there. They got out rebounded. The assist, they got the Sun out assisted them, of course. The turnovers, the Fever, of course, had more turnovers, but I think what stood out to me, and I want to get your thoughts on that before we go to see. Nalissa didn't play.
Right.
When she started the game, she played AT really well. Caitlin and Kelsey both had off nights. You know, we're not expecting that. And when Caitlin has an off night, she always comes back with another great game. Marina came in and filled in and had the most points, I think, for like a bench player or something and a half in WNBA history. Do your Fever have a chance?
I don't know, bro. Depending on how they come out this second game. They got to get tougher, bro. The post up, like they bullying them girls down there, man.
Kelsey Mitchell said in post game, all 12 of us have to be more aggressive.
Right. They gotta be. And they gotta stop somebody in the paint, man, because Mabry just posting up Mitchell and Caitlin Clark. And she ain't even no post player.
But how can we
Coach Knight
explain?
says we have to be better defensively.
Yes.
But how can we explain Nalissa only playing 8 minutes, being healthy, and just not getting any time as physical of a player? And I saw a lot of what the Fever fans were saying, like, oh, she can't shoot, she can't do this. She was playing AT straight up, and it's rare for somebody to be able to do that. See, you were there live. What were your thoughts on that?
I think the most adjustment that was made was putting DB on Caitlin Clark. I think the Fever was expecting Dejanay to play on Caitlin, and I think that's what they went for. I mean, I know they don't really have any playoff experience, and I'm just going to tell you when the question was asked what the vibe was in the locker room, Christie's side said it was young and it was free. We asked Coach White what the vibe was. She said it's down to business. It's playoff time. Those are two different messages coming from those teams, and we got that literally on the basketball court.
100%.
So is this a coaching thing? Is this inexperience, or did the Suns just want it more? Because I know a lot of people were upset about Caitlin's eye, but Caitlin even said her eye wasn't the big thing. She said that's not what affected her. It was just off night.
I felt like Caitlin was not playing her type of basketball. I felt like Caitlin was doing a lot of settling. Even when she had an open shot, I felt like she was second guessing her shot when that's not Caitlin. Shoot the basketball. Play your game. And they asked her if it was the arena, if it was the Connecticut Sun, the matchup, and she said no. So I don't know if it is because they don't really have any playoff experience, and you have a veteran in Alyssa Thomas, DeWanna Bonner, Brianna Jones, and that core group in Connecticut playing this young team. But Nalissa Smith not playing the entire game, that should never happen, because that first quarter, she played some really good defense, and that's all you guys, well, not all of them, but Caitlin Clark, Coach Sides, and Kelsey Mitchell, that's all they talked about in postgame was defense. And they didn't play any. Aggressive defense, I should say.
We're going to come back to see in the next segment on that. Drew, I want to get your thoughts on that because I see you feeling something, brother, because I know you was disappointed yesterday because you've been waiting for this, man. How you feeling about it, bro?
Just a total letdown, bro. Like, this is game one. Y'all returning to the playoffs after what? How many years? 8? Like,
what was the energy, though?
That's the energy and effort that you have right there, man. Like, it's almost like they went in like, don't beat us too bad on that type of time instead of like, I'm trying to go get a W tonight.
Kelsey, you've been with the squad for how long? You've been trying to get to this moment for how long? I just thought she was going to come out like in her bag, regardless of whatever they threw at Kelsey. I didn't even think they guarded Kelsey as much as I thought they were going to guard Kelsey.
Well, I think DeWanna being put on Caitlin had a major effect because DeWanna is a stretch. Like that's like a Scottie Pippen of the WNBA as far as how she moves and how she's able to manipulate Caitlin in that. And then on top of that, the Sun were playing the passing lanes. Like Brianna Jones was literally catching all kinds of catches. I think she had like 2 or 3 steals in the game, which is not something that she normally does. And it seems like with every time the Fever tried to do anything, the Sun had a stop to it. So, Drew, I know you said
contributed. Excuse me.
So, Drew, I know you said you're a little bit worried. Are we going back to Indiana, or is this it?
I got faith, bro. They gonna get a game, man.
All right.
Katie said she's been waiting for playoffs all year. We're ready. We're ready for playoffs.
We're gonna save some because she on fire right now. We're gonna save some of that for the Lynx Mercury. Are we going back to Phoenix or what say you?
Oh, we're going back to Phoenix for that series.
Drew, what you think?
Talking spicy like that? Oh, we're gonna end her career on Wednesday. Oh, no, we're going back to Phoenix.
I hope they do. I just don't see it. See, I don't see it, bro.
Man,
I think
the way Natasha Cloud has been playing, and I know Kaza had the back injury. That was her first game back after missing a few games towards the regular season. That was her first game back. She was getting, in her groove towards the end of the game. Because, the first 3 quarters, I was like, what's going on, Ka? I was driving back listening to the game. So I think it's going to be a tough one because Courtney Williams, she's been on a tear. That midi is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ooh, her mid-range is just so smooth. But I think they're going to even this series out and they're going to bring it back. I think it's going to go to.
I mean, they had it. They had it to win.
I don't think they're going to win, but I think it's just going to go to a game 3.
We'll see. Well, okay, now let's Liberty versus the Dream.
It's over.
Wow, we just not even gonna give Dream a chance.
It's over.
A wrap, my boy.
That's
okay.
Over.
All right. Well, yeah. Shout out to Rick covering.
And this is why I was saying that, like, not even Washington was going to win, but I just felt like they just had on the defensive end, they just had a better fight.
So we don't see Tina Charles. We don't see Tina Charles coming into game 2 and just doing her thing and just creating a problem for the Liberty.
She may, yes, but it just has to be a complete, full effort.
Okay. All right. Let's wrap it up.
And I'm not saying the team doesn't do it, but I think it's the team, the coach, everybody on the tire. I just think because the injury bug got them in the beginning of the season, they didn't, so I'm disappointed because they have the pieces to be that squad.
Right. I mean, I think the Dream kind of fought all season just to get where they are. They fought a lot of injuries. A lot of things went wrong for them. I think them at full strength. And then, with next year, I mean, you got free agency coming up. We talked about free agency. I can't wait to talk about that with all the free agents that are going to be out there. I think the Dream are going to be back next year and they're going to be stronger. I'm not sure if Tina's going to continue to play or not. I know that's always up in the air for her at this point in time. Let's get into this last game, yo. The Aces and the Storm. What did y'all like? And is this going back to Seattle? Drew, I'm going to come to you first.
Nah, not going back to Seattle, man. I think that was the Storm chance to try to, steal one that very first game. They locked in now, man. The Aces have been locked in for like the last 2 weeks. I don't really see them losing. They might mess around. I hate saying this because I got the Liberty.
That my bench.
I had the Liberty winning.
Come on, brother.
They might mess around and not lose, bro.
No, I ain't gonna put that on the squad, yo.
They might mess around and not lose, dog.
I ain't gonna put
that my bet. Okay. I'm gonna agree with you. Game 1 was the game for the Storm to win, and Drew Lloyd was off. If Drew Lloyd was on, they would have won.
You think they would have won if Drew was on? Well, Drew doesn't have many games where she's just not on, so that's a good sign.
I'm saying because Skylar's been on a tear. Nneka was just hitting those shots. Jordan, man, I'm such a fan of Jordan. Always been a fan of Jordan, but Jordan can get you a bucket off the bench anytime. Gabby, Gabby. Hi, Gabs. Gabby, we already know what Gabby can do. So it's just, and Mercedes played very well with Ezzy being out.
Right. But your girl Tip showed up when she needed to.
That's why I said the mob, Aces mob bench. That game one was the game for us, the Seattle Storm, to come in and take a game, because it's a wrap.
Definitely. You heard it here first, man. Y'all let us know in the comments, man, who you guys are looking forward to seeing in these playoffs. Let us know if any of these teams are going to close out. What did we get right? What did we get wrong? What excited you the most about the first game of the playoffs for everyone in the WNBA? We're going to take a quick break with our peoples with Ozell brand. When we come back,
I need my biker shorts.
Come on, y'all. 494. We'll be right back.
It's not just about the love of the game. It's about dedication and commitment through the process and the patience to endure. There's joy in reaching your goals and peace in knowing you've done all you're supposed to do. Ozell brand. It's not just a brand. It's a lifestyle.
Shout out to the family at Ozell brand, man. Make sure y'all out there getting your cleats for your family. You know what I'm saying? So they can go out and play games, and it can be pass interference calls that don't get called. So Julius can complain on Facebook the next day.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
It's all good, man. Shout out to them Steelers, man. 3-0. Now, if y'all don't know, here at 494, we are all jack of all trades. We do all kinds of things. Man, shout out to Miles. Miles be out here worshiping and leading the world. Drew out here trying to be Matlock. He about to be a lawyer out here. You know me. You see me on the main card. You see me hosting other shows. Our very own Sierra Monroe is a reporter. I gotta lead you in, folks. I gotta lead you in because the people gotta know.
You could have kept it C. You could have kept it C. Sports Talk with C. They do not need to know the government.
Our very own, our very own Sports Talk with C. Okay, we know what her government name is, though. She's out here night in, night out. If you haven't read any of her articles on MTMV Sports, covering the WNBA, covering the Connecticut Sun. C covers the Connecticut Sun for all the home games. She's there. You know what I mean? There's clips and everything that she does. She does an amazing job. C, give us your thoughts on covering the WNBA playoffs for the Connecticut Sun. Probably the biggest out there with Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever.
It's a circus. It's from covering the WNBA finals with Asia Wilson twice. Put it that way. Twice, because I did one stint with I did one with them covering with Kurt as their coach, and then covering with Coach White as their coach. And to cover game one, they played the Indiana Fever and coaching the and now the playoffs. And when I tell you the media is ridiculous, it's amazing. I'm happy to see it. I love this for the W. The eyes have been absolutely amazing. Thank you. Keep them coming. Keep them tuned in. But stay for both teams, for the Fever and for the Connecticut Sun. They peel out. They peel out. Soon as it's over, they peel out quick. Room is empty. We're like sardines in a can when it's the Fever. And then as soon as that, we're back to normal when it's the Connecticut Sun. But you just miss out on what these other great players have to say. Coach White spoke on AT getting another opening the WNBA playoffs game one with a triple-double. That is not easy. She spoke about how that is not easy and how we may take it for granted, and some of us may do, because that is not easy. I didn't realize how easy she makes it look, because she does. I'm like, oh, wow, she's one rebound away from a triple-double, and we're still in the third quarter. I got some beautiful quotes. Coach White talked about having this 40-minute intensity mindset. throughout the game, and that every player is going to have to step up. Every player is going to have to contribute in order for Connecticut to be successful. Mm-hmm. So post game, I had asked her, because she said that the last game against this guy. So I asked her, Coach, you spoke about that 40-minute mindset intensity. How would you rate that? And as a coach, of course, there's always room to grow and there's always room to get better. But she spoke about, if you guys want to see the full clip, it is on Sports Talk with C YouTube. She just spoke about, that, she gave her team a challenge. They accepted it. And she spoke about Liv stepping up. Veronica Burton came and gave some good minutes. Of course, Marina, of course, the veterans. But if Connecticut Sun play team basketball, play for 40 minutes, be aggressive, they are very hard to beat, as you can see. Look at the show they put on in game 1, and I'm excited for game 2. So guys, stay tuned. I will give you a preview come Wednesday and also have some footage on MTMV and my channel so you guys can see. I'm going to try to get a courtside interview from DeJounte Carrington just on her defense this year and where she felt season came from.
Supporting it.
Stay tuned for that.
That's
awesome. Make sure y'all follow him, man. Sports Talk with C, man. New season coming up soon. So C, I know a question everybody wants to ask, so I have to ask it. How did the crowd reaction compare with the WNBA game for a playoffs against the Fever in comparison to the WNBA finals that you covered? How was
it? Wasn't sold out. This game was a sellout crowd. The WNBA finals was not a sellout crowd, which was weird. But I love the new fans. Don't get me wrong, but just come when they're not there. Because if you're there, that means you're around in the area. If you're coming to Connecticut, so that means you're in the area. I see you guys cheering when DeJounte is blocking, when DeJounte's when Alyssa Thomas is doing this, or when Dewana Bonnet is shooting these shots, or when Marina had this in one after she hit 2 back-to-back threes. Y'all Marina's hooping. Come. You can see that on any other given night. You don't have to wait for Indiana to be in the building to come to a game. Thanks. So if you want to see that any other given night, you don't have to. They do that all the time. Remember, guys, Alyssa averaged a triple-double last year. That was her 4th in the postseason, in her postseason career, career-wise. But that's her 15th career triple-double overall. So come to the games. You can see all of this. You can see them do that to any other squad. You can see the Lynx, the Aces, the New York Liberty. You can see all these other teams that you want to see without. It doesn't have to be the Fever. So just come out, enjoy basketball. I'm a basketball fan first. I want to see great basketball, and there's other players that play great basketball. So just come out. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see a WNBA game, and that's where I went. That's why Connecticut is squad, because that is the first WNBA game that I went to, and that's why that's the home team.
Yeah, you've been there for some historic moments. You were there for the sellout that they actually had in the Garden too, weren't you?
Mm-hmm. That was amazing to see that LA Boston rivalry, but with the women, and it wasn't any type of big name of any rookie. That was amazing just to see women's sports be what it is today.
Yeah, I think as the league continues to grow, man, people are going to be excited for it. Shout out to Drew. Drew went out because you even said in the beginning he wasn't watching as much. Drew probably know a lot more than a lot of people, even though he be saying some wild stuff. Drew be knowing, what I'm saying. So it's the games. I speak for myself when I say the WNBA games.
Happy about that. And
the WNBA games a lot of
physical, but just because. It's basketball. That's what happens in basketball, So it's just this is what happens in the sport, not to genderize it, but this is what happens in basketball.
Right.
I mean, genderize, man, because a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, I'd rather watch WNBA game than the NBA game, if I'm being honest, because it's always more exciting. I don't know what it is, but when them women get on the court, you never know what's going to happen. Like you saw in that Lynx Mercury game yesterday, man. So shout out to C, man, for doing all that work, man. We be out here working, man. You see Drew got it back on in the background. Drew constantly going.
No, that game was good. I'm mad I didn't get to watch it really because I was driving back home and I was trying to be safe. But man, that game was good. Like,
yeah, definitely. If you ain't watching basketball, man, he on Facebook attacking somebody.
I want all the smoke, bro.
Yo, my bro, I wake up, bro, and I see it. And I'm like, all right, man. All right, man. I don't even go into it, man. We get into it. Y'all know what it is, man. It's open run time. You know what I'm saying? Miles ain't here to. What you got?
I have one question for you. Well, not one question for you guys. Because Drew, since this is mainly for you, and this is something else Kelsey Mitchell had said in post game. Accountability.
What about it?
Everybody has to take accountability for what they did during the game.
Absolutely.
So, if you were an assistant coach on the team and the team had to take accountability for one thing, what would it be to get better for Wednesday?
The Fever?
Mm-hmm. And you're a coach.
Lack of effort.
Okay.
Lack of effort for sure on the defensive end specifically. Okay. Big time. No help. Like they let Mabry shoot the ball wide open. Half of them shots, she shot over half of them wide open, bro. Just standing in the corner, wide open. Figure something out. You can't let her just sit there and shoot like it's a 3-point contest. She's gonna run you out the gym. Hated it, man.
She ain't do that with the sky, bro. She just didn't want to show it with the sky.
You want that with that organization, bro.
Brother. A lot of people don't want it with their feet, though. It's everywhere.
It's the Chicago Sky organization, man. She was tired of that jump, man.
It's everywhere, man.
Sometimes you just want to play.
How is she capable of that? Kennedy Carter capable of what she capable of, but they prioritizing throwing the ball down. Never mind. I'm not gonna go there, bro. I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna stay on this great.
I don't think. I mean, you can say what you want to say. I don't think that's a bad thing because when they was throwing it down there before that trade deadline, she had them looking like they was finna be in the playoffs comfortably. So that's not cap.
They weren't never.
Anyway,
stop
before we get into what we know for this dope open run, man. Shout out to Vince Carter, man. It was announced Vince Carter is not only going to be having his jersey with the New Jersey Nets retired. The Toronto Raptors have finally come around and they've decided to retire it also. I want to get your thoughts before we go ahead and get into open run. What does Vince Carter mean to the game and what did he mean to you? See, we're going to start with you first.
When I think of Vince, I think of a pure hooper. When you sent this message this morning, the first thing that came to my mind was like about time. I felt like it was long overdue for this organization to put his jersey up in the Raptors. But there's a lot of things that he did for the game of basketball that you can't take away from him. He hooped, and I just want to say thank you for giving us your time in the game. Oh, excuse me. And just always going out there and giving it your all every time you stepped on the court.
Definitely. Drew? I feel it, bro. I feel it, bro.
Yes.
I feel it, bro. Like,
hey man, look. All right, bro. Look, man. Vince Carter was a great player, man. When I think of Vince Carter, I think of the definition of a dunker, man. That for me, that was my excitement in watching Vince Carter. You watching to see who the next person he go posterize. I appreciated watching that series between him and the Sixers back in the early 2000s.
Had me nervous.
That was a crazy 7-game series, bro. And them two guys put up some monster numbers. I hate that he, got to the Nets. They had a solid team. They just, they couldn't handle Shaquille O'Neal. That's all that was, man. And he played. He had a longevity career. Shouts out to him, man. I appreciate him. Definitely a Hall of Famer. That's all I will say, man. Well, shouts out to Carter, man.
Right.
Shouts out to Vince.
It just don't feel genuine, brother.
I just feel like he could have been a lot more than what he was.
I agree.
But
I agree with that. I agree with that, Jew.
I appreciate what he did, man. I feel like he could have been way more than what he was because he had other world talent coming into the NBA, man. And I don't think he matched it with the appropriate work ethic. I ain't saying he didn't have any work ethic.
But I remember reading something about him saying that like his time into the end of his time in Toronto and then going to the Nets, that like it affected him mentally a lot. Because of course, you're happy to see him play with a great point guard like Jason Kidd, but I hated seeing him leave the Raptors. Like for him to leave the Raptors, like I was just like, man. And then it just kind of felt like it wasn't the same. Like, of course, Vince was still great after the fact, and he went on to continue to have a great career. Towards the end of it, he became one of those defensive-minded players and a 3D player. But like you, I agree. I feel like there could have been more there. I kind of wish Toronto would have done more to not only keep him, but to build around him more. And it feels like they really didn't do that much. So it's like when I think about Vince Carter, I think about an amazing college career. I think of him as to me, he's the greatest dunker of all time. I would put Dr. J as 1B, but I think Vince elevated what Dr. J did because of how he was able to do it in a different sense. But for me, Vince's career was amazing, and I'll never forget the Olympic dunk that I saw. Like we sat and watched it, and I remember like we were recording it and we rewinded it back over and over again to where we didn't even finish watching the game. So shout out to Vince Carter, man. Much deserved. An amazing player. Crazy to see all the greats just kind of slowly retiring, man. But he's gonna be a part of this overrun, man, because I got one for y'all as we get into it. Overrun. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right. Greatest dunker of all time edition, and we're gonna go Jew route. Start, sit, cut, erase him from history. And I'm not gonna make this easy on Jew. Okay, we're not gonna put MJ in there because we know the bias is gonna work out. We know how that's gonna work out. So I'm gonna give you 4. I'm gonna give you 4. Vince Carter, Dr. J, Aaron Gordon, Gerald Green. Y'all let us know in the comments who you got. Start, bench, cut, erase.
Dang, man. Start Carter for sure. Bench Gordon, bro.
Yep.
I feel like him and Zach LaVine, the greatest dunk contest of all time. Cut.
You cutting Dr. J?
Cut Dr. J, and then I'm gonna erase Gerald Green. And then I'm gonna erase Dr. and then Gerald Green.
Even though Gerald Green was windmilling in socks, Gerald Green was a bona fide dunker.
But with those 3,
but Dr. J got some iconic dunks, so
cutting Dr. J is crazy.
I can't cut Aaron Gordon, bro.
Right.
I mean, I'm just saying, it's all about choices.
Use as friends because you want to end this great show on violence.
I'm just saying. All right, C, give us one.
I don't have one.
All right, Drew, I know you got one in you. Close out the show for us.
Guys.
Drew. What you got?
I just want to lay
You just want to what? Oh, they didn't give you nothing to take for that, man.
down. Ibuprofen.
She ain't gonna
Ibuprofen.
listen either way. Drew, what you got, man? Close us out.
Let's go 3-point shooter edition, man. Game on the line.
Violence.
Game on the line, man. You got
So 3-point shooter edition, game on the line. See,
game on the line.
guys,
They wide open, man. Somebody running out to contest the shot. Game 7 of the NBA Finals. You need a 3 to tie the game. I need you to rank these 4 in the order that you would take them to take this shot, man. Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, Stephen Curry, Robert Horry.
Okay, that's easy. Steph Curry.
Steph.
You gonna pick him
Ray
first?
Allen. Yeah. Steph Curry, Ray Allen,
Reggie,
and then Robert.
Yep.
Wow.
Have you seen how clutch Ray Allen's 3-point shot is?
I would take Ray Allen first.
I knew you was gonna do that, Jew. I knew you was gonna pick Ray first.
I would take
the way Ray Allen rolled off your tongue, way because he was like Ray Allen. That's how you should have known he was picking.
Give me Big Shot Bob 2.
Okay.
Reggie Miller 3 and Curry 4.
This is a clip.
Bro, come on.
Hey, and when they at me in the clip, I'm gonna come at them with all kind of facts, man. Come to me. My birthday Wednesday too. Post it on Wednesday. I'll be extra saucy.
I like
Bro,
Robert Horry.
Extra sauce.
I'm not taking Robert Horry, bro. Come on.
I'm taking Big Shot Ball. To take the
What's
last
the
shot?
purpose,
So
bro?
you said so me and you are the same, Will. You have Ray, Robert, Reggie, and Steph Curry.
In my scenario,
The greatest shooter of all time is fourth.
It don't matter what he is. He can be the greatest, whatever.
Yeah, but you know what? Then again, like I said, this is the same man who erased MJ and Cheryl Swoops from history.
He gotta go. He gotta go, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, please leave it in your comments. We are gonna make sure we run this clip, man. Shout out to the producer. Shout out to our brother Miles, man. Another amazing show. You already know what it is, man. 494 every Monday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, man. MTMV Sports. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all hit that comment section. Make sure, look at this. Look, everyone also mentioned hit the clutch side to steal the deal for the championship.
Oh my God, that's not.
Reggie is still a clutch shooter. Reggie, oh my, the 7 points and
all right,
y'all gonna make
that's not the scenario. That's
494. You know what it is, Mr. Teddy Farrell.
You know what, bro? That's the problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in with us for another show that's ending in ridiculousness.
About winning.
We out of here, yo.
Man. It's
ridiculous.
Crazy.
Nonsense.
Hey guys, it's your girl C, and you just watched the show on MTMV Sports Network. And if you like what you see and you want more exciting content, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.
Hey, man.
No, bro.